You hesitated there. Is there something I should know?
Yes, McD's has plenty of dessert options, but today we're going to focus on the icy sweet stuff. So here are 10 McDonald's ice cream facts you need to know.
Ice cream? What about ice cream?
I don't know! The international flavors are insane.
They always think they're better than us.
In America, we like our Oreo McFlurry. It's the most popular flavor around and one of the tastiest. However, if we could experience even half of the world's craziest flavors, most of us would probably jump ship after the first bite. If you go to Singapore, for instance, there's something called a dessert kiosk where they offer tons of fun and ever-changing dessert options. Like in the summer of 2020, you could get a banana McFlurry. If fruit isn't your thing, then you could head over to Germany and give their Toblerone chocolate raspberry or Kit Kat McFlurry a go and be amazed.
That's insane.
For the sweetest of sweet tooths, Australia has the ultimate treat to satisfy your craving, the bubblegum squash, which, don't worry, does not contain any actual squash. It's simply a mix of colorful bubblegum-flavored syrup and marshmallows. And finally, we can't forget the classic matcha McFlurry available in Japan, a flavor that has become quite the obsession in the last few years. Who knows? Maybe some of these flavors will eventually end up on the U.S. menu?
Our last, best hope.
The machines are always broken theory.
It's a conspiracy theory.
We've all experienced it. You're suddenly craving a McFlurry, you head down to the closest McDonald's, show up with the highest of hopes and the biggest of appetites, only to be left with devastating disappointment. The ice cream machine is broken. Oh, the pain! However, there are other people who think the machines are never really broken. Let us explain. There's this conspiracy theory going around that says McDonald's workers are the ones deciding when the machine is broken by simply lying to the customers. Since the machines aren't the easiest to clean, it's believed that some less-than-friendly employees simply don't want to bother cleaning the whole thing, especially near closing time.
Maybe it's just easier to lie to the world than it is to be honest with yourself.
To avoid the hassle, they simply tell you that the machine is down. Obviously, this is just a theory, but the speculation has still managed to carve a place in a lot of people's subconscious. The broken ice cream machines have become by far the most common complaint at the Golden Arches and have been responsible for a lot of lost sales. So to debunk this idea once and for all, no, the employees aren't lying, and there is an actual reason you're often left McFlurry-less.
Not guilty.
The real reason why the machines are always broken.
Go on, tell me every detail.
Employees have nothing to do with the bad performance of the machines. It's all due to bad machinery and inconsistent servicing by the firm that supplies McDonald's with its ice cream machines. The Taylor Company is mainly the one to blame for this problem. The company apparently follows impractical and questionable protocols that aren't suited for the type of industry they need to provide for. For starters, to clean the machines, McDonald's franchisees are forced to use an automated self-cleaning function daily that can take up to 4 hours to complete. If that's not already an important setback, it is usually during this lengthy process that everything gets messy.
My life is a total mess.
Inexplicable errors and mysterious failures frequently happen, more often than not, in the middle of a busy day, leaving the location deprived of ice cream. Since the machines are so expensive, each location only gets one, and when it's inconveniently out of order, McDonald's is forced to call the Taylor Company and wait for the technicians to show up and tap a secret passcode. The machines also overheat quickly, which leads to frequent temporary shutdowns. It makes one wonder, could the ice cream machines be improved, or are they made to break down on purpose?
This is another conspiracy by the school faculty.
A real Cold War.
There's a Cold War, cold as ice.
Tired of constantly running into problems with the ice cream machines, McDonald's decided to take matters into its own hands and partnered up with a software company to improve the performance of the machines. Kitch, the third-party device, can easily hack into the soft-serve machine and monitor the possible problems to come. For instance, it can detect if the ice cream machine is overfilled or underfilled, a simple error that could put an entire machine out for hours. It can self-correct those mistakes by alerting the workers directly, which prevents frequent and long shutdowns. But this hope was short-lived when Taylor Company, McD's trusty machine suppliers, found out about the partnership.
I know everything.
Apparently, franchisees now needed to use Taylor Shake Sunday connectivity exclusively, a device similar in concept to Kitch. McDonald's issued a franchise-wide notice encouraging them to stop using Kitch, which led to Kitch losing a lot of business. Now, Kitch is supposedly planning to file a lawsuit against some McDonald's franchisees for colluding with Taylor and allowing their product to be reverse-engineered, a violation of the franchisee's original agreement with Kitch.
This is war now, Private.
Ice cream hacks.
What are you doing?
Life hack.
With McDonald's ice cream being so tasty all on its own, it's hard to imagine making it even tastier. But there are many hacks you can try to make your experience even more enjoyable, and so many ways to elevate your dessert. For starters, you can transform your McFlurry however you'd like by simply adding a bunch of dessert items. Try asking the worker to crumble up an apple pie and blend it in your McFlurry to get the ultimate comfort treat, the apple pie McFlurry. You can also do the same with any pastry, like a muffin or a Danish, to create your very own personalized dessert. The other now famous way to up your ice cream game is by building your own ice cream sandwich. Just order 2 chocolate chip cookies and an ice cream cone, combine the two together, and voila!
Well, that kind of worked out.
Or better yet, make a McCrape ice cream sandwich and you'll have the perfect dessert/breakfast hybrid. And last but not least, why not tweak your ice cream sundaes as well? Just order a side of bacon and sprinkle it all over and mix it with the chocolate syrup. The perfect sweet and salty combo. You can also order a bag of apple slices to add to your caramel sundae, or go crazy and add donut sticks for a guaranteed sugar high. It's all up to you and your sugary imagination.
Whatever they were crazy enough to imagine.
There was a serious lawsuit.
What happened?
Oh, we had some problems, you know?
Once again, you don't get to be one of the biggest companies in the world without encountering some bumps in the road with the courts. McDonald's has found itself inside a courtroom on multiple occasions, but one of the most notable times involves McDonald's and Central Ice Cream. It all began in 1977. As the first Star Wars movie was coming out, so began one of the longest-running legal battles, one that would last for over 12 years. Central Ice Cream claimed that McDonald's had broken a handshake agreement in which it had agreed to sell the company's Triple Ripple ice cream cone featuring chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla all the way back in 1971.
That's a very serious accusation.
Since that verbal contract was broken, the company went bankrupt in 1980 and found itself in quite a predicament. There were even accusations that McDonald's had launched a campaign of harassment against the company. The jury's verdict? Central Ice Cream won a settlement worth over $60 million. While McDonald's still claims to this day that the agreement was never guaranteed, the chain still lost and was faced with a bit of a bad rap in court.
A bad reputation is better than no reputation at all.
The recipe quietly changed.
And don't tell anybody about this.
Most people like to talk a big game about how sacred and iconic their favorite fast food items are, and yet sometimes they can't even notice when the recipes have drastically changed. Before 2017, when you stopped by McDonald's to get ice cream, you would get the same good old formula with all the same fats and flavors. However, in 2017, the fast food giant decided to make some changes and tried to make the soft serve a little healthier. The only thing? They didn't tell anybody. It was nearly 6 months after the vanilla treat had changed that McDonald's announced that milkshakes, McFlurries, and ice cream cones in over 14,000 restaurants throughout the U.S. were now free of artificial ingredients and additives.
You can always be healthier, sir.
The healthy changes to the soft serve were part of a gigantic menu overhaul meant to get rid of artificial ingredients completely in an effort to better the quality of the food. Aside from the changes the vanilla sweet base went through, the chain also removed the high fructose corn syrup from the chocolate and strawberry shake syrup and made the whipped topping without artificial ingredients, colors, or preservatives. Keeping the same delicious flavor was the highest priority, and since no one could even tell the difference before the chain released the information, we'd say it was mission accomplished.
The perfect crime.
Rumor has it.
I heard the rumors. Didn't believe it at first.
When you're a fast food restaurant as successful as McDonald's, you're bound to be the target of a fair share of crazy internet rumors. Some will sound completely ludicrous, while others could bring some real doubt to customers. McDonald's has been at the center of many strange rumors and conspiracy theories over the years, especially regarding its ice cream. The first rumor began circulating in 1997 when an email was sent claiming there was no actual dairy in the ice cream. The claim was based on something resembling those chain emails we would all get back in the day and didn't really have anything concrete to base it on, and yet the rumor spread like wildfire, and soon enough everybody had heard about it.
Guys, believe the hype.
Of course, this isn't true. Following this first personal attack, more claims began circulating, this time about what was added to the mix, like styrofoam balls as ice cream filler, for example. McFlurries also apparently contain bird feathers, and one even went as far as accusing McDonald's of using cow eyeballs as a thickener in its milkshakes. The last one sounds more like an urban legend than anything else, but some people still strongly believed it for a while. However, rest assured, as none of these rumors are true, so you can eat your ice cream with peace of mind.
You shouldn't worry about it.
Vegan ice cream?
This doesn't feel right. Like a vegan barbecue.
Speaking of amazing international McFlurry opportunities, how would you feel if we told you that vegan ice cream existed at McDonald's? Yeah, probably pretty excited. There aren't that many, if any, vegan options at McD's, so to be able to indulge in a tasty ice cream cone would be the dream. The only problem? It's not available in the US yet. It's only on the German market. The lacto-vegetarian product is essentially a strawberry sorbet, which can be used in every single regular ice cream dessert, including the McFlurry.
I mean, nothing special there, right?
I guess.
Nothing special.
Just imagine how good it must be with a bunch of Oreo pieces mixed in with the strawberry flavor. You don't even need to be vegan to appreciate how delightful this sounds. This vegan strawberry sorbet was introduced to the menus in Germany in March 2020 and was a huge hit. So we can't help but hope it will eventually find its way onto our menus and into our stomachs.
I will wait and worry.
A change for the worst or not?
Hey pal, where we heading again?
As we've mentioned before, 2017 was the year McDonald's decided to step up its game and turn to an almost all-natural approach in its overhauling of recipes. However, as the chain was moving away from artificial ingredients, a dozen class action lawsuits claiming McD's was not using real vanilla in its ice cream began seeing the light of day in February 2019. In March 2020, Emelina Weber filed a suit claiming the vanilla in their ice cream was a completely synthetic, taste-alike product called vanillin and was not from vanilla beans at all. Her takeaway was that the ingredient list says the ice cream contains natural flavor but doesn't actually go into more details to explain the source of the flavor.
Here's where things get a little bit tricky.
Nowhere does it say contains real vanilla, meaning the representation is misleading. Weber claims that vanilla is an extremely popular flavor, but due to the limited supply and high cost of vanilla beans, it's at high risk for food fraud. McDonald's was not the only ones targeted, as other lawsuits have also been filed against Turkey Hill, Edie's, and Breyers. With demands for all-natural vanilla increasing and a decrease in production, where does that leave McDonald's? In the courtroom again.
New management, same mistakes.
Craving another video? Just tap or click. First time here? Then leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell.